Thank you, Mayor. And I join my colleague, Councilmember Evan Shabazz, on her comments. But I think that the city can do more, honestly. I think we need to look at the policy of what happens to a vendor when they do get the unsatisfactory rating. I know that after speaking with Director Haddock and Director Murray and Gary Norman on this issue last week, and I do want to thank them for reaching out and giving me some clarification, that when OB unsatisfactory letter, it does have policy language in there on what to expect if it happens again. But I think a suspension on the second time should be an automatic. It shouldn't be discretionary. And I also think we need to look at the policy as it pertains to if there's a certain goal set for a vendor to meet the MWBE participation, then they're capped at receiving payment up until that point. So on this particular item, there was a 24% MWBE participation goal. That means they can't make up that money themselves. So they only paid out 13.9% in MWBE. And so they're 10% lower than the goal, but they're receiving that 10% payment. That 10% payment shouldn't be going to them. That 10% payment should either come back to the city or stay with us, or it needs to go to those vendors that they originally listed on their bid sheet. But they should not be receiving full payment when they were supposed to give that work to someone else, because those companies who were supposed to get that work are no longer able to receive that work, and we're going to still approve this item today. Well, I'm going to vote no on it, but it may go forward. And I understand it was their first unsatisfactory rating, but I also understand that they are doing other jobs for the city currently as well. And so we need these vendors to really understand the rules. I appreciate OBO working with them and trying to educate them. But on a second notice, it should be an automatic that they are suspended from getting work with the city. It should not be discretionary. And I look forward to working with the administration and OBO and putting forth some meaningful policy changes that will strengthen that department and make sure that we really are hearing the voices of MWBEs out there that want to participate but are not getting the work in certain circumstances such as this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate all my council members' concerns, and I understand them. However, I must agree wholeheartedly with the mayor on this. There is no legal basis. I've done construction law litigation for over 20 years of my 30-year practice. And I would say I've represented the construction companies as well as municipalities. I'm very concerned that if we do not vote for this, we will be inviting litigation, which would be far more costlier in the long run than it is now. I can understand the tags, that's fine, but when it comes down to it, as the mayor said, there's no legal basis for withholding payment. And if we do withhold payment, I will guarantee you there will be a lawsuit, we will lose, and we will pay a lot of attorney's fees. So with that regard, Mayor, I support you wholeheartedly in your comments. Thank you.
And Councilman Pollard.
And thank you, Mayor. And I fully understand the legal obligations here. And that's why it's not more about this particular item. It's about what are we going to do going forward to change city policies and put parameters in place so these things don't continue to happen and we do have some legal recourse. And I think that is what collectively we as council members do need to bring forth to Vice Mayor Pro Tem Kasich Tatum and the Economic Development Committee so we can discuss reforms. I mean, collectively, we're talking about police reforms, even though we all support HPD, think that we have a great department, but we want to make it stronger. We also have to do that with other departments, and OBO does a great job as well, but we need to look at reforms to help these minority vendors so that we do have some legal recourse. And if things don't go in the way that they should, if we have to go to litigation, we have strong arguments. That is the whole point. We cannot continue to go as business as usual with the same policies that handcuff us if a vendor does take us to court and will win based on what we have now. So we need, as policymakers, look at those, see what we can change so that we have the upper hand if something like this happens again. Thank you.